Good afternoon, everyone. Today I'm going to walk you over my skill audit presentation for the unit of Adobe. In this presentation, one, we're going to cover, first of all, my areas of focus, two, my skill audit itself, and three, the plan of action that I'm kind of willing to take to go over this exercise. Starting off with my areas of focus, I kind of approach this in a way of what do I want to learn? Areas where I find a little bit of inexperience in, well, my post-production game, and then also kind of my desires of improvement and what more particularly can help me for my career after university. So with all of these put together, I find out that I want to improve my efficiency in the way that I work. I want to basically improve my knowledge of audio and also of photo correction or photo editing. So moving now to my skill audits, I want to focus first on efficiency because this is one of the main ones where I think I can make the most progress. I find myself that post-production is kind of a good interest that I have, but sometimes it can just get very repetitive. So I want to speed up the process without necessarily hampering, one, the quality of my output and not neglecting the limitations that my system may have. And certainly not with plugins, I hate those, and kind of external means. I came up with all of these with 4 topics that I want to do in this term of efficiency. I want to focus first of all in actions and see how I can replicate a lot of processes of Photoshop very fast, basically, very quickly. And the same with automatic sequences in Premiere Pro. These are things that I found out you could do, and I never really knew why I haven't tried them earlier. I also want to focus on integrations and see how I can improve my workflow between Audition and Premiere Pro, especially because I'm planning to use Audition for the very first time. This is going to be something I'm going to be mentioning later, but I believe it can just help a lot to improve not only my workflow, but also my audio production. And then also I want to focus on making motion graphic templates in After Effects. I use a lot of motion graphics in my projects. So by being able to just have a simple template that I can repeat time and time again and just fix certain things, it will speed up a lot of what I think would be a hard time just starting from scratch every single time. Moving secondly into my audio area of the skill audit, I want to focus on Audition more particularly because audio is a part that I believe I just need to improve. I really do not know what I'm doing there. I know some certain basics, but I couldn't apply myself into particular situations. So this could potentially limit me when it comes to editing kind of bigger projects later down the road. So I want to learn more about Audition itself, the UI, the shortcuts, and also more specifically about the preferences and kind of settings that I need to know for recording and exporting. I've seen a lot of problems where I have audio drift in my projects and things like that. So I want to learn how to avoid it. And last but not least, also focus on audio effects because this is something that I know how to use a parametric equalizer. I can use a single band compressor, but I don't know when to apply it. I just watch YouTube tutorials for the sake of it, but don't really get in the information that I need. So that's also an area that I really want to learn more about. And then also I want to learn about photo editing a bit more because it's a passion of mine. I like taking photos, but I do not really know some certain differences, like why Lightroom is used over Photoshop in some certain cases, or basically what is done in a live photography session compared to what you can do in post-production. So by learning Lightroom and learning some few traits here and there, I think I can improve in this. So I'm going to learn the software itself. I want to learn also a bit of color correction. And then I've left 2 open spaces for what I can learn for the future. Just something will pop up, I believe, as I kind of test this software as I go. So I'm going to leave there until I find something that I believe can fit in there. And now this is how I'm going to be taking it under. I think with a chronological order like this, I can just do my skills in a very good process, in a good manner, step by step. And more importantly now, how I'm going to be tackling each of these weekly tasks is going to be with my following plan of action. A 6-step process is what I want to follow. First of all, trying to identify the problem at hand, what I want to cover. Second, doing research and gaining external knowledge to try and really apply this, which would be step 3, apply everything that I've gained from multiple sources and test myself to see if I can do it. Step 4, reflect on it, how I can improve, how I can make it better. If something can actually be done to make it better, then go back to step 2, research more, apply it again, and then go on from there. Step 5, if I think it's fine, present it to the class, talk with you over it, and then get external feedback from you and retry once again. The presentation might be done, but I believe I may need to focus until I reach a point where I feel satisfied. So that's going to be my presentation. Hopefully you have learned something. I think I've learned a lot actually by doing this presentation. So I just basically excited to see what I can cover for the next few weeks. Thank you for listening.